You've probably been in this situation before. You get a craving for chips, and it just happens you have none in stock inside your cupboards. Make no mistake, the cabinets are full of dried white beans, boxes of fusilli pasta, and pumpkin pie filling cans, which probably date back to the Mayflower, if only they had invented can openers back then. You could survive Armageddon with such provisions, but you want chips, and if you are anything like me, your garden is full of kale. Don't worry, when life gives you kale, make kale chips. Harvest all the kale you have. This is a great way of using runaway kale, which if you plant it in the same density and numbers as I do, you understand what I'm talking about. I'm using both the dark lanceolado kale and collards. To give the chips a most sublime flavor, I'll collect thyme, using it liberally. If you happen to not have tried thyme yet, you can't really claim you know herbs and their aroma. Its earthy, oregano-like smell is appetizing, without being overpowering, like sage or even rosemary at times. This recipe is perfect for a lazy summer afternoon. It doesn't take too long and brightens the day. Making kale chips is easier than you think. No wonder millennial hipsters are making fortunes selling this stuff in fancy organic market for its weight in gold. We know what's good. While my recipe is not purist, it's easy and delicious. Take out all the woody stems from the thyme, leaving it in a bowl. De-stem your kale leaves by pulling with your fingers. All you want for this recipe is the tender leafy part. You can compost the tougher stems. Roughly rip the leaves into large pieces using your hands. Add olive oil and salt to taste, and massage this into the kale pieces using your hands. This is a great recipe to do with kids. It's safe, hands-on, and will increase the likelihood that they will partake in eating it if they are involved in the process. Eating healthy isn't always intuitive for kids. It's our responsibility to encourage them to eat vegetables. It's the greatest inheritance we can leave them. In a world of junk food pumped with excitotoxins as artificial flavors, real food is becoming an endangered species, an underappreciated treasure. Teaching your kids to eat real is a true legacy. In truth, this is not the healthiest way of eating kale, because eating it raw or lightly cooked without oil is preferable, but this is the tastiest way. Also, this is not a purist kale chip recipe. Kale chips are usually dehydrated, not cooked like this one. I feel it's best to obtain healthy fats from unprocessed whole foods instead of processed vegetable oils, so this is a snack to eat sparingly. A low-oil dehydrated recipe is best for health, but who really has a dehydrator at home? Maybe that is why they cost so much in the store. As you massage the kale, the aroma of thyme will coat the leaves. This will result in complex flavors. Get some big baking pans or cookie sheets and spread the kale pieces, making sure not to overlap too much. You want the chips spread out in one layer so they dry out evenly in the oven. This recipe is super simple, with as few ingredients as possible. But what it lacks in complexity, it makes up with flavor. Make sure to add the thyme pieces in the end, that are left in the bowl. Put the baking pans into a low, preheated oven. 250 degrees Fahrenheit should be good. And let it cook until crunchy. Be very careful so it doesn't burn. Check it often. It can take anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, depending on your stove and temperature. Once ready, take it out and add additional salt or seasoning if you wish. The chips should be crispy. They will explode with flavor inside your mouth. You can use it as a snack like potato chips or even as a garnish in a fancy gourmet dish. They are crispest when hot, so enjoy it as soon as you can. While I can't promise everyone will love this, all I can say is that it has been kid tested and approved.